A construction worker is working the graveyard shift at a warehouse when something very strange is caught on camera. This footage was posted by xalien97, who works security at a construction site where the following chilling incident had taken place. Xalien says that ever since showing this video to the people who work there, employees have been on edge. They fear that they too will experience this terrifying encounter. In a very short video, Xalien recounts the events that night.
So I work security at this construction site, right? We got all the trucks. We got these real things right here. There you go. One of these. These things are heavy.
I actually not because of this, but my pops and quite a few of my uncles work in construction. Yeah, those things are freaking massive. Like it's a lot of those can be genuinely just rolled up steel cables. Like, so it's a lot of weight, a lot of mass, a lot of thin stuff.
Just a little backstory. It was a construction worker that he needed help pushing one of these. He says a guy came up to him, another worker, and he says, "I got you. Just guide me and I'll push it for you." So I said, "Okay, cool." So he was guiding him. He kept telling him, "Back it up, back it up, back it up," and he was pushing it. When they were done, he went around the reel to tell him thank you, and he says that he was gone.
Now the scariest part about this story is that when the worker had one day gone up to the main office of the building, he noticed a particular memorial photo of the workers who used to work at the company. In this photo, he saw the man who had helped him push the reel. Eerily, the photo says he had passed away in 2015.
Dude, what a great employee. This dude is dead and still on the job. Wow. Take a break, my dude. Some people just don't know when to retire.
The ghost of the ex-employee caught on camera.
Is it really just pushing itself? Yeah, it is! Yeah, it is! Camera? That's a trip.
Eerily enough, the person who was helping the worker with the reel suddenly disappears. According to the worker, he had walked around to thank the man for helping him, but to his shock, he was no longer there. It's as though he seemingly vanished into thin air. Given the story provided by the security guard, could it be that this worker had encountered the spirit of a deceased ex-employee? Or might there be some logical explanation for this truly odd occurrence? As with most videos, this one has yet to be solved. Now the following video doesn't have much info, as the original source is unknown, but even without knowing its origin, the footage is no less scary. The story goes that a man who lives in a village near the Swiss Alps heard strange noises coming from the mountainous region. He decides to climb the mountain and find the source of these unusual sounds. When he gets to the top, he's immensely frightened by what he sees. This is the video he took.
Ne znam da li je moguće. Ne znam da ste vidjeli. Ili mislim možda što sam sam ovde. Kao da mi se učinilo. Ne znam da ste vidjeli, molim vas zavratite. Ništa se ne vidi.
Why is it always in 420p? What am I looking at?
Ništa ne vidim I dalje.
What are you pointing at? I don't get it. I don't know what that's supposed to be, dude. It is pixelated to heck and back. I think I see like maybe just people with robes, but again, it's just pixelated to all.
Mi se kao da je mrdnulo malo.
I can't tell, dude.
The man sees what appears to be two giant figures standing in the distance. Even more chilling is the fact that the figures seem to be moving ever so slightly, confirming that they weren't statues, but instead something else entirely. The man believes that these might have been angels or an entity of some sort, as he felt a sense of peace and believed that the figures meant no harm. Yet when looking at the video through an infrared lens, the figures don't appear to be fake or CGI'd. Whatever had been on top of this mountain seems to have actually been there. But, like always, you be the judge on whether or not something supernatural was captured. Just what exactly had been on top of this
Pixelated
mountain.
for me to make any decision on my dudes. I don't know on this one.
On
That's the
December
problem with a
31st
lot,
of
like-
2022,
Like, come on, dude. We live in in this day and age. You shouldn't be using a 420p camera. Just use your phone.
3 policemen were dispatched to a house after receiving a call from a neighbor who reported that loud, strange noises were coming from inside. The neighbor stated that they heard deep, guttural noises and piercing screeches that were unlike anything they'd ever heard. When the police arrived, they were deeply disturbed by what they found. Now, the video itself was taken by a paramedic who was immediately called to the scene. As it turns out, the police requested immediate medical care as they were unprepared to deal with the situation at hand. They had no idea that the house they were in once belonged to a family of cannibals who enjoyed butchering human flesh and making exotic dishes that consisted of human remains. This cannibalistic family has since passed away, but their house still remains in its shabby condition in a small town located in Greater Poland. On the night of New Year's Eve in 2022, a 20-year-old woman named Kamilka had been inside the house with a couple of friends. They were all playing with a Ouija board with the intent of conjuring the spirits of the cannibalistic family and the
What do I keep saying? What do I keep saying? Stop with the freaking Ouija boards!
victims they consumed. This was a bad idea, as all of a sudden, Kamilka began acting erratically and extremely feral before barricading herself inside a room. Something had gone terribly wrong. According to her friends, Kamilka had seemingly become possessed. When the police came, they were left highly unnerved by what they saw. This is what was caught.
You still in there?
Jezu, jak to ona tak warczy? Ja pierdzielę. No, totalnie.
Pierdolę, ja dostaję tylko 5000 zł, kurwa.
This guy. Screw this. I only get paid. That is the correct response, sir. That is the correct response.
Uważaj.
Kamila! Kamila!
This girl losing her mind.
Ona jest nad nami u góry. Od góry coś widzi. Nie? Drut ma jakiś.
Terrified by Kamilka's strange behavior, the police are unable to go inside and save her. So, as a final attempt to get her out, they head outside and place a ladder against the side of the room where she hides. This, however, did not go as expected.
This is like a real freaking police force dealing with a possessed person. This is insane.
Tu jesteś, dzikowska. Chodź, misiu. Nie bardziej jak świnia, kurwa. Chodź. Chodź tu, kurwo.
You're just gonna insult her now? Come on, dude. You're gonna piss off the ghost demon.
Chodź tu, Kamilka. Kamilka, tu coś cię widzę. No nie czołgaj się. Kamilka.
They just trying to make her angry now?
Kamilka. Wiktoria cię woła.
The police tell Kamilka that her daughter Victoria's with them as an attempt to lure her out of the room, but this didn't seem to work, given that she still stayed inside. Unfortunately, not much else is caught on camera as the video ends abruptly, but according to the paramedic who shot the video, Kamilka was eventually taken to the hospital. Strangely enough, it was upon arriving at the hospital that she started acting normal again. After being thoroughly examined by a psychiatrist, Kamilka showed no signs of any psychiatric disorders. Her blood was also checked for any intoxicating substances that could explain her strange behavior, but no traces of any drugs were found in her system.
This one's awesome because there's so much like I guess paper trail, you know?
To this day, Kamilka's family nor her friends
Oops,
could
sorry, I
explain
had my
what
microphone
happened
pointed
inside
away
that
from me.
house. All that is known is that her family wishes to never see their daughter ever like this again. Whether Kamilka was possessed or if she had a temporary psychosis remains a mystery.
That one's nuts, dude. That one's awesome.
In a previous
Oh,
video,
goodness.
I talked about a family in India who's been documenting unusual events inside their home. The family has seen more than just a couple of things move on their own, but also
They
other
moved
small
out already, didn't
incidents
they?
that seem to hint at something way bigger and perhaps dangerous.
We've seen this
From
before.
their house being suddenly infested with hundreds of maggots, which appeared out of nowhere as they played holy music throughout the house, to occasionally hearing the pitter-patter of invisible footsteps late at night, the family can't help but think that a curse has been placed on their home. They believe that ever since letting go of the maid who took care of them, strange things have been happening. The maid, according to them, is responsible for the strange activity. Although having seen some crazy things, it's the most recent occurrence that's by far the strangest. It's late at night when the family is woken up by mysterious noises. This is what was caught.
So at this point, this family, they moved out already. I've probably seen this one as well, but I've seen a lot of the videos that they put up. But they moved out already. They're no longer doing the scary videos, because they moved out. They left somewhere else.
No, Mama. You take care of Mommy. Daddy will come soon.
Freaking ghost dropped the mayo. If you want a sandwich, just say so, you freaking ghost. Look at this. On the floor. Oh, you made a mess of things, didn't you?
पूरा सामान गिरा हुआ है. Yeah.
Oh, I wanted that chocolate bar. Nice. Okay.
इधर भी पूरा कवर गिरा हुआ है.
I don't know if I've seen this specific one now. I've seen a lot of the videos from the Zark family.
Mysteriously, a mess has been made throughout the house. But most chilling of all is the video of how it all happened, which was captured by the
Demon's like,
security
yeah, I
cameras
bet you
inside the
missed that
living room.
that maid now,
Take a
huh?
look.
Who's gonna clean that up? Not me. Ghost is mad, just knocking everything. Get out of my way, you freaking bike, man! It's like running out of things to throw, so it goes after the cover next. Yeah. It's like a pissed off
But they were
child.
left even more so by an incident that took place only a few days later. It's past midnight when this is captured.
Baby, are you awake? Baby.
You got this, bro. I believe in you. Be brave. At one point, he even sees a child. Or some kind of footsteps. Oh, come on. The door is open.
Please stay outside, please.
Please stay outside. Oh, nope, it ain't staying outside, my dude. It's in there.
You just scared me.
Similar to a previous incident experienced by the family, the sound of small footsteps are heard running about without a trace. Now, given that the family
That
has
was a lot more
experienced this
aggressive than the
before,
one I
the
saw,
family is
though.
not as scared or phased as when they first encountered this. It would be the following incident, however, that changes that. Only a few nights later, this was captured.
I was unable to scream here, and that's when I decided it's enough. Is he recording on his phone as well? He should be. Did he turn the lights off or did something else turn? What happened there? What's it banging on? Oh, did he fall? He said he was unable to scream. Is that right here? Oh, goodness. The footsteps are so creepy.
The father is seemingly pushed by an unseen force. He quickly falls over while seeming a bit disoriented as he tries his best to figure out what just happened. It is only seconds later that he realizes that something had touched him. While the family continues to document these chilling occurrences, viewers continue to suggest that they move out of the house as soon as possible. The family does plan on doing that, but it won't be anytime soon, as they have to make certain arrangements before doing so. Unfortunately, for now, the family has to endure whatever strange occurrence is thrown at them.
If I'm not mistaken, at this point, like
there have yet to be more
at this
updates on the
point, they've already
situation of
moved
this
out of the
family.
house, which is lucky, which is nice.
If you
But
caught
dude,
something
that one's
creepy on
crazy.
camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check
Yeah,
out and include in
ghosts.
the next compilation, you
I
can
wish I
send
had
them over
ghosts.
to
Big time, actually. I really do.
scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said, let's get back to the
But
video.
I never get any scary things happening to me. It's boring.
Marcos Garcia is the owner of a small car shop that is currently operated by just one mechanic. This mechanic is the only employee at this workshop, and it was just recently that he received a car from a customer who needed repairs.
Oh, I
on
think
a
I've seen
vehicle.
this. I've seen
Ever
this. There's
since
the one where he
receiving this
talks
car, though,
to
strange things have been happening around the place. Both the business owner and the mechanic believe that
Is
there's
this the
something
one where
quite
he starts to
mysterious
talk
about
to
this
the
car.
family?
They don't
That,
know
like,
what
they
it
all
is,
died?
but they have a slight suspicion that it might be the reason as to why unexplainable things have been happening recently. This vehicle, according to them, scares them. Although feeling creeped out by the car's presence, they don't think much of it and carry on with their daily assignments. But then one day, a very peculiar incident is caught on camera.
Yeah, it's this one.
Marcos, the business owner, is watching over the shop through a security camera when he notices the mechanic acting very strange. The old man was moving in such a way that it made him feel very unsettled. But when the mechanic was asked as to what he was doing, he replied that he was talking to the client who had dropped off the creepy car. Marcos, though, found this very unusual.
The creepy car, though, like, there
The
were no
video Marcos
survivors
had
in the
seen
crash.
tells a different story. This is what he saw.
Oye, este weón se volvió loco. Estoy revisando por la cámara del taller. De mi teléfono, estoy en mi casa. Y este maestro está hablando solo. No cacho qué onda. De verdad que no cacho qué onda. No, está hablando solo. Le voy a preguntar por cámara qué está haciendo.
That's the crazy part, dude. Like he full on was trying to have a conversation. If this wasn't pre-recorded, the guy calls him.
Connie, porfa. ¿Pero con quién habla, weón? ¿Aló? Oye, disculpa, pero ¿con quién estás hablando?
Con don Carlos me está viendo, pasando el presupuesto y explicándole el tema del accidente que tuvo anoche en la carretera. Entonces me está viendo
There were no survivors on that crash.
Oye, cálmate. ¿Qué, don Carlos? Pero, oye, escúchame un poquito. ¿Tú me estás hablando del accidente de anoche?
Claro.
Juan, me estáis hueveando, ¿cierto?
No, vos estoy con don Carlos aquí, po. Le estoy explicándole todo.
Oye, ¿podéis subir? ¿Sabes qué? Oye, es que no estáis hablando con nadie, viejo.
No puede ser, pues yo tengo que hablar aquí al frente mío, po, weón.
No estás hablando con nadie, Juan, y ayer los que
This
chocaron
is
murieron
dope.
todos.
It is creepy, dude.
Te estoy diciendo, te tengo que
I've seen it before. I've seen this one before on Nuke's Top 5, but it's still a trip.
Sube, viejo, sube, vente al tiro. Si no estás con nadie, Juan. Viejo, no, tengo grabado, vente por favor, vente.
Confused and slightly unsettled by the old man's behavior, Marcos immediately calls him to ask what exactly is happening. To his shock, the mechanic replies that Carlos, the client who had dropped off the car days ago, was visiting him to discuss details about his car and a racing accident that occurred the night before. Marcos was chilled to his core. Hearing him mention the racing accident from last night was beyond strange. As it turns out, Carlos, the client, had passed away in a terrible street racing accident the night before. The mechanic had not been aware of this incident until recently. The question is,
Rip,
how
dude.
exactly did he come to learn about this news? Could it be that the alleged spirit of Carlos had paid the mechanic a visit? Is the so-called haunted car responsible for this? Or is this simply a case of someone who's become slightly unhinged from doing too much work at the shop? Just like Marcos, viewers believe that something supernatural was caught on camera.
That's a trip, dude. That's when you go look for another mechanic job.
Michelle A. and her small family live in a
Get rid of that
suburban home
haunted
in
car,
Long
my
Island,
dude.
New York. Both she and her husband are happily raising 4 children while simultaneously running a traveling petting zoo. Although living a busy lifestyle, Michelle and her husband always make sure to prioritize the needs of their children. Given how much they care for their safety, they install a nanny cam inside their baby daughter's bedroom. One night, while looking over at the baby monitor, something downright spooky is caught on camera. Michelle says that her baby daughter typically sleeps through the night, and if she were to wake up, she would usually cry out for her mother. But on this night, something unexpected happens. Watch.
Bro, if this demon starts lifting up the baby, I'm gonna freak out. Don't touch the baby. Don't touch the baby! Pointing and laughing, okay. The ghost is having fun with the baby, so far so good. Why'd the music go all creepy? I didn't see anything.
Her daughter appears to be pointing at something in the dark. What's even more odd is that her baby daughter was laughing and pointing at something for about an hour or so before going back to sleep. It's because of this clip that Michelle thinks that her daughter has encountered something paranormal. According to her,
you think it's just a ghost that really likes babies?
Whatever it was that her daughter was seeing,
just really trying to get his attention.
Serious or anything that should be a cause for concern. Who knows as to whether or not her daughter had actually seen something that night. But like always, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Until next time.
Okay, my dude, that was profusely. I did see the Carlos one in the family, the Rorik family, but the other ones were pretty freaking dope too. I'm not gonna lie. The one with the lady that was possessed in the freaking barn house or whatever, that's freaking nuts, dude. I can't believe she went through that. I mean, that's gotta be, even if it's not a possession, that's gotta be some kind of psychotic freaking stressed out like something, dude.